to Racing to Win. This is Hong Kong's twice weekly preview show. We've got Happy Valley coming up on Wednesday night. And after several months of twists and turns, it's the culmination of the DBS and Manulife Million Challenge.
Scored. Quickly headed by Street Scream. Chadwick goes home with a double and Street Scream has hacked up in the last. They're all chasing excellent pairs. Excellent pairs the leader now. Excellent pairs for Frankie Law.
And that is coming up across several races at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. It's a good meeting and joined to preview it all by Paul Lally and Nick Child. The Nick outside the DBS Manulife Challenge. This is a quality meeting.
It certainly is, Mark. Yeah, thoroughly looking forward to this one. Of course, two Class 1s as well. Those Class 3s look fiercely competitive as well. And some newcomers, which certainly add a little bit of intrigue to the programme.
They do indeed. And before we get to the leaderboard, Paul, there are some jackpots to further entice us.
Yes, a couple of good ones as well. 2.8 going into the fourth double trio. Now, that's races 8 and 9. They're the two we'll be previewing on the show. So hopefully we can give you a few clues to that. And also 3.2 million also going into the 6-up win bonus. Just a couple of good jackpots.
Yeah, sure is. And here is the leaderboard, Nick, for the DBS and Manulife Million Challenge. There's only 3 horses that can win it.
There is, and that's the top 3, of course. Nearly Fine, who runs in the 7th. We've got a couple of runners out of race 6, Street Scream and Excellent Peers, 45 and 42 points respectively there. So it's all to play for still, Paul, amongst the top 3, and we'll see a few of those others further down the list throughout the course of the evening.
Yeah, but with Pinghai Galaxy, California Deeply, they'll try and get into minor placings, but as you say, it's only the 3 that can win.
It is, and you can find out who wins across the meeting tomorrow night at Happy Valley. Nearly Fine drawn a barrier number 1 as he tries to cling on to that lead. But the meeting details for this week as the light show takes place at the Valley. Up to meeting number 43, almost at the halfway point of the season, and it's a 6:45 start. The 2 races we focus on, as Paul said, races 8 and 9. Race number 8, the Blue Pool Handicap for the Class 1 Gallopers, and Computer Patch comes to Happy Valley for the first time. He's out of group racing, as is Kerpenny, Nervous Witness, Campione and Rewarding Together. Handsome Bobo is a last start winner. Pinghai Galaxy's won 2 of his last 4. We've got Keep You Warm going back from the 1,000 to the 1,200 metres. Family Folks goes the other way. Harmony and Rich hasn't done a whole lot since September of 2021, but he does have early pace. And Astrologer Nick comes off the all-weather last time and back to Happy Valley, a track that he has won a couple of times at. Now, the speed map here, we run 1,200 metres. It's a Class 1, so no surprising, it's a good pace.
It certainly will be, absolutely. And look, Nervous Witness is a horse we know loves to jump and run. And look, some track work you've seen from him perhaps this week is he really does tank along. And Hugh Bowman's going to ride him for the first time. Harmony and Rich, as you alluded to, Mark, won't be too far away. He's got plenty of dash. Computer Patch, a horse who's been out of form, but he's drawn wide, so he might just have enough pace early to get across 1 or 2. And Campione, Paul, a horse that I know you've been quite fond of, is drawn well to go forward as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the pace of Nervous Witness. Last time they met, Nervous Witness was clear of him. The query horse for me is Kerpenny. Now, Kerpenny does like to go forward normally, but he's drawn wide. If he goes forward, he could end up where Computer Patch is. In the past, they have ridden him back, and they did ride him back in a recent trial. So I just think it's more than likely that he'll go back.
That is the speed map for race number 8. We are going to kick off, though, with an interview about a really nice horse. He's coming back to his favourite track. His name is Rewarding Together. Nick spoke to his jockey, Sylvester de Souza.
Sylvester, a couple of nice Class 1 races on Wednesday night, and I'm sure you'd love to win one, if not both of them. And Rewarding Together is your mount in the 1,200 metre one. He was very good last time down the straight at Group 3 level.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm pleased with the rides, and and I think he could be very competitive.
Just on that form, obviously what he had shown last time, that was only the first time you'd ridden him. I mean, he would suggest that in a race of this nature, he should go very close.
Yeah, it's like we like the horse, and like they said, I presume the horse is in good form, and he come to this race with a chance.
Course and distance form can sometimes be key. 6-time winner over the course and distance as well. That's going to stand him in very good stead, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and it's like I like the horse. He ran a good race last time out, and he familiar with the track, and no, if you think it goes in our way, and you know, I think he's a big player.
Plenty of pace on in the race as well. He's a horse that I imagine will take a bit of a sit. I suppose that can't be a bad thing as well, given where you're drawn.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, and it's like they say, he's familiar with the track, and Happy Valley usually is always pace on the race, and special in the sprint courses. And no, I'm happy with the ride, and you know, if he put the same performance he put last time in the race in Shatin and turn to Happy Valley, he should be very, very close.
He certainly should. And just for yourself, Sylvester, obviously a bit of news coming out in the last week or so that you're going to stay with us to the end of the season. Obviously that's great news for many, because obviously you've got a big following here. But for yourself, to stay here in Hong Kong, I guess, you know, to the point you've got now where, you know, you're high up in the Premiership, you've very much established yourself, that's certainly a good thing. Yeah.
You know, I've been getting support from the owners and trainers, and no, I was just pleased, and you know, and the Jockey Club considered to extend my license, and I am happy to do so.
There he is, Sylvester de Sousa. So that's his thoughts on the race. Let's go back to the Bohemia Sprint Trophy and see what Nick and Paul think about the race. So we'll get them out of the gates up there at the 1,000 metres and then show you who is where. We have got Rewarding Together, who's actually never won over at Sha Tin, but he certainly loves racing around Happy Valley. Kerpenny is drawn out wider in the yellow cap. Nervous Witness, he's over on the far side. And then we've got Computer Patch, he's from barrier number 11, and Campione. He struggled in this race, Nick, but he's also struggled when he races over at Happy Valley. Rewarding Together certainly hasn't. 6-time winner, course and distance. Yeah, he's got a wonderful record, hasn't he, at the track? And look, this run was right out of the top draw. It was a Group 3 handicap, of course. Now, do bear in mind, he carried 117 pounds. He's going to carry 15 pounds more on his back this time in, but it's his happy hunting ground, and he looks set fair to run a nice race. Nervous Witness, Paul, was first up after a lengthy break. And look, I didn't think the run of Kerpenny was the worst here.
No, I thought they both ran pretty well, but Rewarding Together is definitely the one I'm going to take out of this race. I thought, look, this is not really a suitable race for him. Side Success has come out and run third in the Group 1 on the weekend, so coming back to his happy hunting ground, as we've mentioned, of Happy Valley, I think he's right up here, and I think he's going to get the pace to get the race run to suit. What have you made of his track work, Paul? This is from the 3rd of February. Yeah, it's going well. There's no problems with him. Track work wise, drawn nicely in barrier number 6. Look, I think he can easily win this race. He's got a lot of things in his favour here. He definitely has, and there's a look at his profile there on screen. And for a 6-year-old, he's done a really good job, and all 6 of those wins have been over this course and distance. So certainly knows his way around. His trainer's having a great season again. Nick, reigning championship winner Frankie Law. What about the races on Wednesday night? Is there a few winners amongst them? I think there most definitely is. Heroic Master can bounce back. Forgive him last time. Cheer for South looks a very interesting newcomer. Excellent Peers. He might be up and around his mark now, but he's clearly a very nice horse. Speedy Mouse, Beauty Live is a horse I like. Everyone's delight in as well, and obviously those 2 in the last couple of races, Paul, look to be strong chances. Yeah, he's got some really good chances for it. I think Everyone's Delight might run a bit of a cheeky race from the front as well. He comes back from the all-weather to the turf. We're going back to the Happy Valley Trials now, Paul, and there is Kerpenny down on the inside, but leading for home here is Nervous Witness. What about him? He goes to the 1,200 metres this week. All of his wins have been at the 1,000. Yeah, look, if they leave him alone in front, I think he can run a cheeky race. He has run well over the 1,200 in the past without winning. You can see what I was talking about Kerpenny, how they came off the pace in this particular contest, and he finished off the trial quite nicely, I thought, as well. So I think that's why they'll go back on him. All Greek to me is another horse that he won the trial, but he's in a different race. Yeah, he is, and look, Nervous Witness was good. As for the trip, he just needs to be harnessed, that enthusiasm, and maybe Hugh Bowman's the man. Okay, so that's that trial. Now we go to this race at Happy Valley. We're going to show the whole race here because they absolutely fly along, which assists Handsome Bobo, who was away okay. We know he can be fast out, he can be slow out. Pinghai Galaxy's having a terrific season. Astrologer, he failed on the all-weather last time, but Happy Valley will be better. Harmony and Rich is struggling. Keep You Warm, he's also in this race in the blue cap, and that is how they start here. Nick, the other horse to watch out for, who's not in this race but is Street Scream, and the amount of ground he makes up over the concluding stages. Yeah, he was extremely eye-catching, wasn't he? So keep an eye on him late. Doesn't have much early dash in the first part of the race, but he does flash home. As for the result of this, well, the winner, Handsome Bobo, is now on a career high mark of 96 at the age of 8. So I think it's going to be tough for him. And as you touched upon, Mark, the race clearly was tailored to his needs. Those that have finished behind, Pinghai Galaxy is just a wonderfully consistent horse, and
Obviously, he's come out and won on the all-weather, so certainly boosted that form for Handsome Bobo, if you did like him, Paul.
Yeah, look, I'm going to take Astrologer out as well, because he had that run on the all-weather, which didn't really suit him last time. He's only had a couple of starts with a new stable, and I just thought he's a lot better placed here with the light weight and the pace on in the race. I think he'll be finishing off strongly. So I've got him in on mine line.
There is Handsome Bobo starting to get through the centre here. Pinghai Galaxy getting up the rail. We're going to see his all-weather win shortly, and Street Scream over on the far side are on the fence as well. But Handsome Bobo just getting there, and he carries 123 pounds for Matthew Poon. Here is that all-weather race, Paul, with the very consistent Pinghai Galaxy that Nick mentioned, and you're just forgiving Astrologer this race and just not going on the all-weather.
Yeah, and first start for the new stable as well. I just think he's better placed here with a lightweight and a good barrier draw. So forget that run. But look, Pinghai Galaxy, he's going really well at the moment. Everything's going in order for him. He has just got barrier 10. That was the little concern.
Yeah, it certainly has to be, doesn't it? Karis Teton on board for the second time. Went close on this horse a couple of runs ago. Look, this is his fourth run since the turn of the year, so he's been kept busy, but he's clearly a happy horse doing so.
That is a breakdown of the replays and also Sylvester's thoughts on the race. Who do you like, Paul?
I do like Sylvester's mount, rewarding together. I think he can win this race. He's got a lot of ticks, as we said earlier in the program here. Nervous Witness, if he'll be in front, he'll be out of trouble, so he goes in there next. Astrologer and Kerpenny finishing off late. 5-3, 12 and 2.
Yeah, I've also got the 5 on top, Rewarding Together. He does look the one, I think, to beat in this. Absolutely loves it round here, so he'll go on top over Nervous Witness, who hopefully can see out the trip well. I think he'll certainly be up to running a good race. Kerpenny in as well, and I've put Pinghai Galaxy in. Model of consistency makes it into my top 4. 5, 3, 2 and 7.
It's a really good Class 1 race, race number 8. We're off to a break here on Racing to Win. Back to look at the last right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win as we make our way through Wednesday night's meeting at Happy Valley. We saw race number 8 before the break, and now the last. And it is over the 1650. It's an extended rating Class 3 up to a rating of, well, it's 84 with Garitis at the top of the book. Viva Chaleur comes out of the Classic Mile last time. Encountered's won his last 2. Rising from Ashes is a last start winner also. We have got All Beauty plus £2 for the win. Course and distance last start. Satirical Glory. He comes to Happy Valley for the second time. His first was over the 1200 metres. Majestic Victory's been back to the trials. And Silver Hammer at start number 3 finally gets himself a barrier draw, but a couple of last start winners here. In fact, more than a couple, Nick, in this race. The most intriguing of them is likely going to be the early favourite. That is Encountered.
Absolutely. He is a very nice horse, that's for sure. And he's drawn gate number 5. Look, he can sit right on the pace, and he's got this really high cruising speed that sort of carries him into the contest. So I imagine he'll get a nice lead. Super Baby's one that will more than likely try and roll forward. He did last time, drawn wide, so he'll come across. Sight Spirit is another who can sit prominently. Now, Zach's on him. He's drawn 9, so I think he can be quite positive on him. And Satirical Glory, perhaps not too far away, Paul. A little bit underwhelming on the all-weather last time, but did show good speed at Sharton on turf prior.
It's an interesting battle for me, because Satirical Glory's drawn 8 and Sight Spirit's drawn 9. So if Sight Spirit can get out better, I think they'll both be aiming for that spot. And Satirical Glory is just there because he drew the inside, but Sight Spirit could easily cross him. Exceptional Nice is another one that likes to be right on the pace as well. Viva Chaleur, he generally goes back.
There he is back in the field there, but Encountered is an informed horse. He's got an informed trainer in Manfred Mann, and the man that's going to try and keep that good run going is an informed Sylvester de Souza.
Sylvester Encountered is going for a 3-timer. You've ridden him twice, 2 wins. He's making up into a nice horse.
He has, yeah. He's, he's improved quite a lot since he put the blinkers on him, and this time he got a better gait. You know, I don't have to work on him so hard to get to the position I want to, and no, I just hope things can go right for him, fall 1 or 2, and he could be a big player there.
Between yourself and Manfred Mann, are you of the opinion that the blinkers have had a really decent effect? Obviously, he's won the 2 of them, but have they really improved the horse, you feel?
Has, yeah, to me, probably he's not quite necessary to have them on, but he won 2 races with them on, so why we should leave him on.
What about his track work, Sylvester? You've had a chance to sit on him since last time?
Yes, I have, and he feels really well in the mornings, and he's nice and settled, and no, I'm pleased. I'm very pleased the way things go for him.
form looks okay. He beat Rocket Spade last time. I know he didn't win next time, but he went close to doing so. So certainly the form looks okay.
Yeah, the form looked good, and it's like that say last time we done the hard way, and but this time we could play different, and it's like they say, you know, he's a horse, he can follow them or can do the work from the front as well.
This is an extended Class 3, 60 to 85. He's gone up to 81, so the handicap has really given him a chance here, hasn't he?
Has, yeah, you know, they've been very kind to us, and you know, he didn't win by a huge margin last time out, but he put a good show, you know.
He has got a Derby entry, Sylvester. Now, obviously, that's a fair way off at this stage. He's off a mark of 81, probably needs to do a bit more, but do you think he's a horse that might get a bit further?
And I'm sure he stays.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's up to that level yet, but he stays the trip, and we need to win and need to win well to think about to go for the Derby.
So that's the latest on Encountered. Paul, you've been with him his last couple of starts. You won't be jumping off this week?
No, not at all. I just, as they said in the interview there, it's a great race for him, coming up with 81, extended rating band. He's drawn nicely, he's in form, and he's got the Classic Cup and the Derby as well, there as well as possibilities. So he's on trial for sure.
He beat Rocket Spade last week too, which went down narrowly last week, and it's a good-looking book for Sylvester this week, Nick.
It is, and look, it might only be a smaller book of rides, but he has got some very nice ones. Nearly Fine, certainly, you know, coming out near top of the list amongst them. I mean, he's leading the DVS and Manulife Million Challenge, rewarding together and Encountered. So some very nice rides.
I've got all those horses on my numbers. All of them with 3 on top. So hopefully he has a good night.
Jockey Challenge favourite.
Yeah, there you go.
That is Encounter. We move on, Paul, to Little Rising from Ashes, who broke through last time. There he is back in the field. He just hadn't quite been as sharp over 1650 until this race. What about a back-to-back sort of performance from him?
I'm going to put him in because, look, he's only a little chap, as we know, but he's going to carry 1 pound less for this as well. So he comes in the race quite nicely, and he's going well at the moment.
Yeah, they put him up 5 for the win. So look, like the majority, given this is 60 to 85, he does come in well at the weights.
All Beauty Nick's a 2-time winner this grade. Just the 2 starts at Happy Valley, including this win last time over Happy Daily. How do you see him in this field?
Look, I think he's got a decent chance. I mean, he's a horse I've always been quite fond of, and he's got a decent level of form as well. You'll notice the horse in light blue colours, that's E-Legend, running 4th. He goes on to win next time and won extremely well. So form's holding up nicely, and he's drawn a good gate. Vincent knows him well. Yeah,
it was a nice win from this horse. It's been a little bit harder because there's some good horses in this, but he did win it nicely enough.
We're going back 2 runs ago for this pair, Paul. Satirical Glory failed on the all-weather, and Viva Chaleur failed in the Classic Mile. What about this pair in this sort of race? Are you favouring one over the other, or you think that the noted Happy Valley horses might be still a bit too good?
Yeah, I think they will be. I haven't got either of them in. The Satirical Glory, I just worry if Side Spirit beats him to that spot, he could be wide. So that was the query with him. And Viva Chaleur, look, he's just coming to Happy Valley. Look, he's been running quite well, as you see at Charton. I'm just not sure what he's going to do at the Valley.
Yeah, no trials here, which is interesting, obviously, given that he's trained by Casper Founds. And Satirical Glory, if he is caught wide, he might get lit up. He can be keen.
A couple of starts ago too, Nick, for Exceptional Nice. He was in good form now. He has a 0 next to his name. He was Aurora last time. He's been back to the trials twice since. He is a horse that does compete very well around Happy Valley. He does indeed. Look, he took a little while to finally win one here in Hong Kong. Then he went back to back, which is usually the case, isn't it? But look, his trial recently was good. I thought he hit the line quite strongly, but I'd certainly want to see him bounce back from last time. Yeah, that Aurora condition worries me a bit, so he doesn't go in. This is a very hard horse to gauge this week, Paul. Garitis, he's had 3 trials but has been asked to do absolutely nothing in any of them. He has placed first up. He's at double figures, has to carry 133 pounds. Can you put him in on what he's done at the trials? Because it's hard to tell. Yeah, I have actually. I put him in on a very minor line with Garitis, just in the 4th line there, because the horse does go very well fresh up. We've seen it before, and he does love Happy Valley as well. Yeah, again, like you, Paul, I've got him in on a minor line. I mean, the fact he bled both nostrils after a trial back in September is concerning, but he does go well fresh. All right, so there you go. That's Garitis, and both boys have got him in for 4th, you said. Yeah, I have. I really like Encountered in this race. He's on top for me, Encountered. Rising from Ashes, finishing off fast. Super Baby, I don't think it was a fluke from that win last time, and he comes in with a light weight, and I think he can get across to the lead, and Garitis for 4th. 3, 4, 12 and 1. Yeah, I've also got the 3 on top here, Encountered. Big fan of this horse. He's doing a really good job at the moment. Sylvester de Souza sounded confident, so that will do for me. All Beauty, a good winner last time out. Form's working out nicely. Rising from Ashes proved himself effective at this trip when we last saw him. And Garitis can go well fresh. We'll put him in on the minor line. 3, 6, 4 and 1. All about Encountered to make it 3 in a row from both Nick and Paul in race number 9. So we've seen the last 2 races here on the show. Mr. Lally, give us some winners out of the first 7.
Well, I think Charizard, his win was off 47. He's down to 37 with a low draw. He's due. I think Flying Silver back to 1800 metres looks ideal for me. All Greek to me, he's drawn really well and that trial was very good. California Deeply will get the race run to suit. Chair for Self's the first starter that's shown a lot at the trials. Exponential, he's one that could be at a bit of value. He'll go straight to the front and if they leave him alone, he's a hard horse to get past. Packing Award, I like him, one of the features there in race number 7.
And you can find all of those races on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video, and they are all there waiting for you. But it's the end of the show. It's a Wednesday night. We already know who your best bet is.
Yeah, it's Encountered. I just really like it. We've talked to him about him at length. I think he can win. Race 9, number 3, Encountered's the best. And the long shot, going to go with Exponential in race number 6. Sylvester de Souza double there. He's the only leader in the race, and look, I just think Street Scream might be on his mark here, so he could just sneak under the radar a little bit. The play of the day we'll do in race number 7, Packing Award. Everyone's Delight should be a good price and nearly fine. 5, 10, 11.
Yeah, best bet for me will be California Deeply. This horse coming up in race number 4, horse number 2. Great to see Matthew Chadwick back as well. He's ridden and won on the horse in the past. I think he looks a strong chance in the 4th. And the long shot, a newcomer, race 5, number 7, E-Universe. Manfred Mann can ready one first time, and Angus Chung takes £10 off. So we'll put him in at a bit of a price. And the play, race 9, we'll go 3, 4, 6 there with a QQP.
First starter for Frankie Law, Zach Purton on board. Cheer for South has been super at the trials, including his one around Happy Valley. Did it under double wraps with the year's prick. So even from barrier number 11, he's going to be hard to beat. Reach Gold's only had 2 starts for an informed Ricky Yu. He raced wide last time. He comes back to Happy Valley, the track where his lone Hong Kong placing was, and he draws the inside. And we'll go a forecast. Race 5 Cheer for South and 4 Pachisi, who's also been back to the trials since that impressive debut placing. That has been racing to win for Happy Valley on Wednesday night, Nick, and then we turn the page towards Shartin on the weekend.
We certainly do. Looking forward to the culmination of the Million Challenge coming up on Wednesday night, Paul.
Yeah, let's see who wins that. There's 3 contenders at this stage.
Who are you going to suggest wins it?
Nearly fine.
Nick?
Yeah, we'll go with him.
All right, so it's all about the grey Millie Fine and the King of the Valley, Casper Founds, to win the DBS and Manulife Million Challenge on Wednesday night. That has been Racing to Win. 9 races. We will see you for race number 1 at 6:45.